What if the secret to extraordinary leadership wasn't found in strategy, authority, or charisma, but in understanding how we became who we are? In this video, we explore 10 timeless lessons from Sapiens by Yuval Noah Harari, not as history alone, but as a roadmap for modern leadership. Through evolutionary psychology, the power of storytelling, and cognitive insight, you'll discover how leaders throughout time have shaped belief, built cooperation, and scaled influence. If you're an executive, entrepreneur, or changemaker, these lessons will upgrade how you lead in an age of complexity and transformation. Let's dive into Sapiens for leaders. Lesson 1. The power of shared myths. Harari argues that Homo sapiens dominate the planet because we believe in shared fictions: money, laws, religions, even companies. These imagined constructs allow large-scale cooperation among strangers. For leaders, this isn't just anthropological trivia, it's the foundation of influence. Movements, cultures, and organizations run on story. Apple isn't just technology, it's a belief system about simplicity and disruption. Tesla isn't cars, it's about the future. Your leadership story must transcend facts and enter the realm of shared meaning. What myth are you inviting others to believe? Lesson 2. The cognitive revolution, rewired influence. 70,000 years ago, humans gained the ability to imagine things that don't exist: spirits, gods, tribes. This cognitive leap enabled complex societies. But today, this same storytelling capacity drives marketing, politics, and corporate culture. Leaders don't just manage, they narrate reality. Facts inform, but fiction inspires. The best communicators today activate this ancient capability, crafting narratives that help followers see what's possible. Lesson 3. Leaders must curate imagined orders. Imagined orders are the invisible structures we all subscribe to: capitalism, meritocracy, democracy. Harari shows how these orders aren't biologically real, but they shape real behavior. Effective leadership means curating the values, rituals, and beliefs your organization lives by. Company culture is your tribe's mythology. It's not about control, it's about coherence. As Harari notes, thousands cooperate when they believe the same story. The strongest leaders clarify that story with intention. Lesson 4. Trust is a cognitive shortcut. In a prehistoric world, trust was built through face-to-face interaction. But in today's decentralized environment, leaders need to understand how trust is cognitively constructed. Harari explains that trust scales when people believe in shared myths. Leaders build loyalty when their why resonates emotionally, not just intellectually. You don't inspire loyalty through rules, but through resonance. Your brand, tone, and message must feel familiar, even primal. Lesson 5. Scale requires story, not force. Empires collapsed when their stories broke. Religions grew when their narratives transcended geography. Harari reminds us that humans are story-driven creatures, not data-driven ones. So whether you're leading a small team or an international movement, remember, scale requires story. Influence doesn't grow from control, it grows from alignment. And that alignment comes from myth-making that feels meaningful and universally human. Lesson 6. Authority comes from belief, not position. Many leaders confuse power with authority. Harari's view reveals that legitimacy, whether for kings, CEOs, or presidents, is granted, not claimed. It stems from belief systems that justify a leader's presence and purpose. Your authority depends on how well you embody the shared narrative. A job title may open the door, but a clear story keeps others following. Lesson 7. History doesn't repeat, but patterns do. Sapiens shows how human history is a loop of belief, conflict, cooperation, and change. For leaders, the takeaway isn't to predict the future, but to recognize recurring patterns. Those who understand our behavioral loops, like the tension between individualism and collectivism or freedom versus safety, can lead with foresight. Harari encourages leaders to think historically, not just tactically. Lesson 8. Technology must be ethically narrated. Harari warns that the future will be shaped not by evolution, but by intelligent design, AI, gene editing, algorithms. Leadership must now include narrative stewardship over these tools. What values guide your innovation? What ethical frame supports your strategy? Data, without philosophy, leads to manipulation. The modern leader must be part technologist, part ethicist, part storyteller. Lesson 9. Identity is a leadership variable. We define ourselves by our affiliations, nationality, religion, profession. Harari points out these are flexible stories we adopt to feel safe and seen. Leadership is no longer just vertical, it's tribal. Understanding identity construction helps leaders build diverse, inclusive cultures. You must lead people not just through tasks, but through meaning that affirms who they are. Lesson 10. Story is strategy. Harari's ultimate message? Humans don't operate on spreadsheets. We operate on stories. Those who shape belief shape behavior. Your strategy may be brilliant, but if the story behind it is weak, it won't land. Leadership isn't about instruction, it's about invitation. And story is your first step towards scalable, emotional impact. Sapiens is a reminder that leadership is ancient. It's cognitive. It's emotional. It's cultural. If you want to lead with lasting influence, don't start with spreadsheets. Start with story. Subscribe to the Thought Leader Lab for weekly book-based insights that elevate how you think, communicate, and lead. We help leaders decode the past to design the future. Because in every brand, every vision, and every revolution, the story is what scales.